What is up, everyone? Today we'll be showcasing a team that I kinda just threw together with Pokemon I really wanted to run. But even though I didn't put that much thought into the squad, it worked extremely well. The team shows good synergy. Diggersby though didn't really end up being a great lead. I basically lost every single lead, but I still managed to go positive. Really positive actually, which is great. Today I'll be showcasing the first set I did with this squad because it was a really good one. By the way, I also live stream on Twitch, so if you want more battles, hang out, and get an early look at these teams, go follow me there. Always a good times in the live streams. Anyway, let's go head into these battles right now. In the first match, we see a Venusaur lead, which is extremely bad. So I switch into my Frostlass, which will be your safe switch in this team. In comes a Galarian Stunfisk, which might seem quite bad. But since I got a 2 Powder Snow energy advantage, I will get to 3 Avalanches before I get to 3 Rock Slides, which means I will actually win the 1 shield here, because 2 of these Avalanches will knock out my opponent. Shields up the first one. Wise decision, because they would have needed to shield the second one anyway if they wanted to take switch. I'm gonna shield this up again because I want to get both shields down. If I want any chance in this game, I need to get shields down, so my Diggersby is maybe able to throw some fire punches at that Venusaur. Unfortunately though, Venusaur is not that squishy and Diggersby is very tanky, so 2 fire punches unfortunately wouldn't knock it out, but maybe I can do some bug bites as well. Gonna take this Earthquake for my Stunfisk. Then in comes the Mew, and I actually switch into a Rock Bandit here, which might be a bit of a mistake. I was like, oh, Psychic type, a Rock Bandit can probably farm it down, and I switch it in, and then I was like, oh yeah, Wild Charge is not great. Definitely not over though. I shield this up, thinking it's a Wild Charge, but my opponent baits with Surf. Very devastating. At this point though, I can overfarm a bunch more, go for the Bubble Beam here, and then I might be able to force the Venusaur to throw its energy. In comes the Stunfisk though. I can't overfarm that much. I got a Bubble Beam before they go for the Rock Slide. This will take out the Pancake though. And now the Venusaur. Can I get to the Bug Buzz before they fire move? I cannot. They throw their move right here. I'm pretty sure they threw immediately though. So I need 6 more Vine Whips to get to the next one. And I am getting very close to 2 Fire Punches. 4 Mud Shots, so 5 Vine Whips. I throw my Fire Punch. They will get a Vine Whip through here, so they should have a Frenzy Plant. If this kills, I win. If it doesn't, they have a Frenzy Plant to kill me. And they kill. So we take the win after that terrible lead. GG. Another horrible lead comes in. In comes my Frostlass. And they bring out the biggest core breaker to this team. Talonflame. Talonflame is an absolute nightmare for this squad. Ideally, you want to see it when shields are down, because then Frostlass can almost one-shot it with Avalanche. But now, it's against my Frostlass when shields are up. And I will likely still be able to burn 2 shields, but it is not looking too great, unfortunately, since they do shield this up. And now they'll be able to farm me down right when I get to the move. My goodness, if I just got 1 extra Powder Snow there, I would have been able to kill this Talonflame, but it was not meant to be. Anyway, at this point, I'm just gonna sack my Diggersby. Unfortunately though, they get to a Brave Bird here before I'm able to get to my Earthquake, so I'm gonna have to pull off an Araquanid sweep here. Luckily, I will be able to get to the Bubble Beam here before the Talonflame gets to a move, so that's great. But Araquanid already took a bunch of damage though, unfortunately. My only win con is if it's a Warren in the back, and that seems likely since they bring in the Swampert here. Even still though, this is not gonna be easy, because a 1 Bug Buzz doesn't take out a Warren, unfortunately, but it might be possible. Here comes a Hydro here. This will hurt, but I can take it. I can even take another one. Now I'm just gonna overfarm a bunch, throw my Bug Buzz right before they get there, but actually catch it on the Warren. Not bad, because I want to fire this off on the Warren anyway, but as you can see, it just doesn't do enough. In order to win this game, I have to fully farm down this Warren before it can get to 2 Icicle Spears. Or it's already gotten to 1, only 4 Ice Shards or Powder Stones before they get there. But unfortunately they do. All things considered, we had a very horrible lead. We had the biggest core breaker possible in Talonflame on their team, and we still made it close. So you know what? I will take that. Let's head into this next game. The Oxys lead is quite bad. I bring in my Frostlass. My opponent brings out a Noctowl. I don't think they had any answers to Frostlass, so they concede the match. GG, I take those. Another Swampert lead, very bad. In comes Sableye, which is not good for Frostlass. But with a Powder Snow energy lead, you can actually win this matchup. And I actually got 2 Powder Snow lead, which makes this even better. First Excel Sableye, sometimes they're able to survive the Avalanche, but they will not survive Shadow Ball. It does slightly more damage, so I fire it here, and I don't think my opponent expects it. Because they let it go, Sableye goes down, I've grabbed switch advantage, which is huge, because now a Rockrummit will be aligned to the Swampert. Unfortunately though, it's a Ferrothorn in the back, which is not great, since Grass, of course, that's super effective versus Diggersby. But Diggersby is tanky and also still a Fire Punch to hit back of this Grass type. Gonna get to another Avalanche here still. Frostlass, just an absolute monster. It is so good. I don't see it ever in Great League anymore, but I think it is still amazing in this meta. Even against Registeel, it does fine, since you can get the 2 Shadow Balls, which will bring Reggie like into the red. You survive a Zap Cannon, so even if you get like a Reggie into your Frostlass, it is kind of, I mean, it's not good, but it is kind of fine. So definitely consider running Frostlass. I highly recommend it. We get the Rockrummit aligned to the Swampert here. The Ferrothorn is low energy at this point. We have basically secured this match. We'll be able to farm down this Swampert. In comes the Ferrothorn, and we should be able to farm this down as well. Opponent notes, they concede. GG, another terrible lead with the Walrein. Trust me, this was all the very first set I played this team in. And we're just getting bad lead after bad lead after bad lead. It is ridiculous. So far, we're 3-1 though. Let's try to see. Let's see if we can make this a 4-1 here. I shear up the Earthquake correctly. Really great call. In comes the Sableye. We've seen this before. Shadow Ball basically kills. They kind of have to respect it. Well, it wouldn't kill without this Powder Snow. Without as much Powder Snow damage, of course. But it's still respected because it would do a lot of damage. I was really hoping to overfarm and I'm able to get another Avalanche. But unfortunately, my opponent counts very, very well. They throw the Foul Play right before I'm able to get to the next Avalanche. Gonna bring in my Diggersby here. That is my Sableye answer in this team. Rockrummit actually does decent there too, but Diggersby is just much better. They have a return here, but this wouldn't do. Well, it does a lot, but look at this. Diggersby is just an absolute tank, and this is why I love it. If you don't have an XL Diggersby, you can definitely run non-XL, but it's not that stanky, so it won't do as well, but it should still do decent. I was really hoping to throw this Earthquake before the Foul Play, but I miscounted by 1 Shadow Claw, so this is kind of unfortunate. Forced to throw here. I know the Walrein is a couple Ice Powder Snows off the move, so I'm gonna try to catch it here, and we do. Very nice catch. Save the Earthquake for later. What's gonna come in? In comes the Trevenant. Now this is pretty decent. If I have bait here, I can win the ones, since I can then get to the Bug Buzz. But if they call the bait, this is quite devastating. I'm gonna go for it though. Risk it for the biscuit, as some people like to say. And it works out. They shield the move. And now I'm just free to go for the Bug Buzz. Probably. They actually might still outpace me 2 moves. This is gonna get quite close. I shoot a Seed Bomb there, which is not great. This is just another Seed Bomb though, which won't knock me out. I should be able to get to the Bug Buzz just barely. I do. Kill the Trevenant. There's still a Walrein in the back though, but I should have an Earthquake loaded for that, so I'm gonna switch it to Diggersby, throw the Earthquake. I don't know why I did those extra fast moves. I guess to make it a little more exciting. Risky though, but you know what? We take the win. I'll take that 4-1 with 5 bad leads. That's how we do it out here. Definitely can recommend this team. It is quite fun. I ended up doing 2 more sets with it afterwards, and I got just as many bad leads. But also a lot of wins. So yeah, fun team. Can recommend it. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Good luck with your battle, trainers.